folks. We got to get this. We got to get this straightened out here. Here we go. A 23-year-old female citizen journalist is jailed, and Alison Pearson is targeted by police. Why the UK will soon be full of political prisoners. At this rate, the UK will be littered with political prisoners. The establishment and authorities are working together on this. And a captured MSM, we no longer trust a word and utter from the corrupt organizations. Is predictability turning a blind eye? Yes, the stories are there every single day. And basically, they are arresting anyone that goes against referring to illegal immigrants or talking about how you are losing everything. What's going to happen is they're just going to throw you in jail. And it's happening right now in the UK. And the UK will be full of political prisoners. It's getting started, folks. And okay, what happened to my okay, I lost the story, guys, that was here out of the UK about massive dog attacks all over the place. So more and more people are getting dogs in the UK to protect themselves from migrants. And these dogs are not being taken care of correctly, and they're basically hurting innocent people. Ireland prepares for surge in asylum seekers as minister warns of future influx. Ireland, we talked to you guys. We did a video, I don't know, 2 years ago about a town, a village in Ireland that basically, with a population of 100, was taking in 400 migrants into their town of 100 people. And these guys just rape, pillage, destroy. They don't give a crap. They don't assimilate. They don't love you. They hate you. They basically want to recolonize. But the problem is when these people recolonize, there's a problem. They have no way. They have no way to maintain the infrastructure. They have no clue on how to maintain the infrastructure, and then the country just falls apart, right? And Irish Justice Minister Helen McEntee has boasted for her success of ramping up the country's asylum processing capacity by over 700%. Irish Justice Minister Helen has signaled that the Irish citizens should expect a wave of new asylum seekers should the current government remain in office after the general election later this month. This is destruction at its highest level. And it's destruction. And we got another one here. UK government to fund geoengineering experiments to cool the earth. Wow, I'm surprised Bill Gates is not involved in this one. Bill Gates is always involved in this garbage. UK's research announced a significant investment of £57 million to fund researchers examining ideas for artificially cooling the planet through small-scale outdoor geoengineering experiments. Proposal for funding real-world outdoor experiments close in early December, with successful projects that will receive funding being announced. So they want to play God. What happens when you play God? I believe Atlantis fell, or Atlantis sank, or Atlantis disappeared, or blew away, or exploded because basically playing God, right? I think the Atlanteans found, I honestly think the Atlanteans found nuclear technology, and they had no idea what they were doing, and they ended up destroying themselves, and now they want to cool the earth. Why? Well, you know what? What's that puppet over there in Ottawa? Trudeau. You know Trinica, right? Trinica. I call Trudeau Trinica. You know Trudeau was actually funding projects too, and his dream was to make Canada cold year-round. What a pathetic loser. Let's make Canada cold year-round. And don't you think there's going to be other implications that are going to happen around the world if you do something pathetic and stupid like that? If anyone knows or could find me the link of that, or Trudeau wants to make Canada cold year-round, put the link in the live chat. And over 500,000 foreigners have acquired voting rights ahead of Germany's snap election. So they are on the mark in Germany so they can get their leftist bullshit governments in there to bring in more foreigners. And America was slow to get a lot of these migrants legal. Now they're paying the price, and they're going to be deporting a lot of these migrants. And guys, Americans, I did leave a playbook on my YouTube channel, how to deport half your country next week for Americans. Watch my playbook, all my videos, and you're taking a page out of the deportation of the Portuguese families from Canada. Just follow what the Canadians did. Anyways, the number of foreign-born naturalized German citizens voting in federal election for the first time could reach around 700,000 before Germans head to the polls in February. So they're using foreigners, they're using the old tactic, they're using the migrants, and also recorded a considerable rise of naturalizations since the last federal election in 2021, with 22,745 foreigners receiving German passports last year compared to 17,304 recorded in previous year, in a total of 61,020. New citizens from abroad will vote for the first time in a federal election, of which Syrians comprise of 13,619. This starts to sway elections. This starts to change the polls. This starts to destroy your country. And back over to Leadbeater's euthanasia bill is the biggest threat we face since 2015. Contact your MP and ask them to vote no. UK Labour MP Kim, euthanasia bill is the biggest threat we've ever faced since the Maris bill in 2015. We defeated then, and we could do it now. But we need a huge effort to lobby MPs. Over half of MPs are new to Parliament and have not voted for this issue before. So they are pushing, obviously, for assisted suicide. And what did we tell you here? We were warning you guys in Canada. What did we say? It's down here. Yeah. 1 in 10 Canadians will be euthanized by 2025. Governments will force anyone and everyone. We said that 6 years, 10 months ago. 7 years ago, basically, we were telling you 1 in 10 Canadians will be euthanized by 2025. SOS from Canada, euthanasia, government-sanctioned murder on the rise. Please help us. And massive vax damage ahead. They will force us on a jab by 2020. Massive immigration CCP takeover 6 years ago. What else? So Trudeau stated that arthritis and diabetes will qualify Canadians for assisted dying. And serious, SOS from Canada, made euthanasia. Governments are killing here. Please help us. Canada to be euthanization capital of the world. Euthanization commercial that glorifies suicide. So for years and years, I've been trying to ring the alarm on this whole euthanization crap and how they basically make it sound like it's the greatest thing that ever existed. Are you in debt? I told you guys about my friend. 32-year-old guy went over to get his passport renewed. The lady asking him, have you ever considered euthanization? A white guy. The lady asked him, have you ever considered, assisted suicide? And he's like, lady, I'm just here to get my passport. And he called me immediately. He's like, Mike, you weren't kidding. I went to get my passport done here in Canada. And they asked me if I'm interested in killing myself. You can't make this stuff up.